What was Mr. Edgeworth talking about?
A memory of a crime that I committed. A memory of murder. You guys just left after he said that? You didn't ask him for any details? That's just weird. I don't believe it. Not Edgeworth. Some painful memory has been troubling him recently. But he'd never take somebody else's life. Never.
Nick.
Yo! How's everyone doing? What do you think of my performance today? I had him swoon in the aisles, huh, Maya?
Swooning? Me? Oh, yes, I do remember feeling faint.
Right on! Tell me the truth, it was like love at first sight, right, Nick?
Yes, I'm sure Phoenix fell in love with you all over again. Ignoring what a terrible person you are as a boyfriend.
Right, Nick?
Me? Maybe my heart skipped a beat or two. But I think that was Edgeworth, not you.
I think you can do better than that. Come on, I saved Edgeworth in there, dude. Edgy! You guys should be bowing before me. Bow before your hero.
Dude, don't solicit your accent for butt sex right in front of a chick. I mean, come on, that's kind of rude. Okay, let's just talk. Larry, you really helped out in the trial today.
You did? If you weren't there, Larry, I'm sure Mr. Edgeworth would have been found guilty.
But seriously, Nick, that boat shop caretaker guy is pretty suspicious. But Edgy ain't off the hook yet.
Way to spoil the mood, Larry.
I'm just a guy sitting in the audience, you know. But from where I was sitting, Edgy seemed pretty edgy.
You deserve to die for that joke.
I mean, can you really know he's telling the truth about that night?
That's a good question. If Edgeworth arrived before midnight or around midnight-ish, and Larry left around midnight, didn't they pass each other? I mean, okay, it's possible that Edgeworth completely ignored Larry and pretended he didn't know him. But still.
Nick?
I don't know. But what I do know is I'm going to believe in you two until the end.
Us two?
Edgeworth and who else? You mean me, right?
Yeah, he means me, right, Nick?
Yeah, you, Larry. I believe in my ex-boyfriend and my current lover. Ew, I'm not gonna trust a chick like you. You're useless, remember?
But why you, Larry?
Huh? Actually, yeah, why me, Nick?
Enough with the silent treatment. Nick, why do you trust Mr. Edgeworth so much? I mean, he's changed recently, true. But when we first met him, he was kind of a jerk, don't you think?
You didn't know him back then. Back when he wanted to become a defense attorney.
Wait, was that when you two were classmates?
In grade school. They saved me, Miles and Larry. They saved me and I'll never forget it. That's why I became a defense attorney, you know.
What? Hey, Larry, what's he talking about?
Huh? Sorry, I kinda forgot.
Okay, Nick, out with it. I'm going to hear the story today, and that's final.
God, I hope the story is PG-13 at best. It's kind of a long story, so hang in there. It was the beginning of spring, 4th grade. I was on trial. A class trial.
Class trial?
What kind of 4th grade class creates a trial? You remember, Larry? Spring, 4th grade? A kid in my class got his lunch money stolen.
Lunch money?
Our school was really small. Every month, kids would bring in an envelope with money for lunch from home.
I see.
Anyway, this kid's envelope disappeared, with $38 still inside.
Oh, now that you mention it, I do remember that. Oops.
I can see why you'd forget, though. I mean, you were out of school that day. The envelope had been stolen during PE class. I was coming down with a cold, so I had skipped PE that day. I was the only one not in class.
So, they thought you did it?
Yes. The kids in class said I should be put on trial. Again, what kind of 4th grade would do that?
Trial?
So the next day we held a classroom trial, with me as the defendant.
I didn't do it. Guilty! He did it! It was you!
Thief! Give me my money back!
Oh no, you're not gonna play with me anymore. That is so terrible. Whatever will I do without you?
Now, Phoenix, you know you shouldn't steal people's money. It's not right.
Shit, teacher too. What the hell? In the end, even the teacher thought I had done it.
Apologize to the class, Phoenix.
I didn't know what was happening. I was so sad, I couldn't stop crying. Everyone was staring at me like I had done it. I tried to apologize. I went over to where the boy was sitting. That's when it happened.
He shouldn't have to apologize. The only thing that belongs in a trial is evidence. Anything else has no place. You should all be ashamed, amateurs. For shame, yo!
Miles!
Oh, he just looks adorable!
It wasn't you who stole my money, was it?
No.
Then you shouldn't apologize. Everyone's been shouting you did it, but no one has any proof. That is why, Your Honor, this boy is innocent.
Who's the honor?
But Miles, it was your money that was stolen.
Then what kid earlier yelled, "Give me my money back"? Probably some dick kid.
He did it! He's the one! We don't need proof!
Make him say he's sorry!
This is all how it is, everybody ganging up and picking on one person. Just think how he feels! He said he didn't do it, so he didn't do it.
Very well. I will replace the money myself. This class trial is over. That's how it happened. After that, the three of us were always friends.
Wow, I had no idea.
Well, no kidding, he never told you before.
Yeah, I had no idea either. I mean, I forgot.
That's when I learned what it meant to be alone. Completely alone, without a friend in the world.
You did a good thing, Larry.
Yeah, well, I was just lucky that I took the day off from school. If it'd been there, they would have thought I'd done it. So I took it kind of personally, see?
When something smells, it's usually the boss. Anyway, Edgeworth and I talked after that class trial. That's when I heard his father was a defense attorney. I remember his eyes would shine when he talked about his father.
I'm going to become a defense attorney just like my dad! A famous defense attorney!
And a few months later, he suddenly transferred to another school.
The Dee Ell Siks incident?
I'm not sure, but the transfer probably had to do with his father's death.
That's so sad.
It was several years later when I heard Edgeworth's name again. There was an article about him in the newspaper. The headline was something like, "Dark suspicions of a demon attorney. Fabricating evidence, manipulating testimonies, and covering up facts." The article said he'd do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything.
But why?
That was the wrong voice.
What happened? I mean, that's not the Edgy I used to know at all.
That's what I thought too. I tried to get in touch with him, I don't know how many times. He never replied.
I guess he didn't want to see us old friends.
I couldn't just drop it though. By God, Phoenix turns into a stalker if you dump him the wrong way. I wanted to meet him, to learn why he had become who he became. That's when I decided it.
You don't... That's why? That's why you became a defense attorney? To meet Edgeworth?
Wow. Phoenix really goes all out to meet an old lover. If I was a defense attorney, I knew he'd have to meet me whether he wanted to or not. Not really. I'm sure that he could decide to not take a case if he learned that you are the defense attorney. Edgeworth believed in me, and I believe in him. He's in pain, and no one's on his side. Well, except for Gumshoe. I'm the only one who knows the real Edgeworth. I'm the only one who can help him.
Well, Nick, so is that why you helped me out for free?
Yes. I helped you because I believed in you. Except I don't remember saying I'd do it for free.
Oh, Nick! Nick!
Nick, we have to save Mr. Edgeworth if it's the last thing we do, okay?
Right. It very well may be.
First, there's that rental boat shop caretaker. We need to find out who or what he is.
I'm pretty sure he's a man. Yeah, who is the easier thing to find out? So, what did he throw away? He threw away the deposition. And that's the only thing... Oh yes, the Gordy article as well. Although how exactly he knows that he doesn't need those anymore, but still needs the metal detector and the Dee Ell Siks stuff, but whatever, maybe he's psychic. You look as grim as always.
Mr. Edgeworth, I heard the story about the class trial.
Class trial? What do you mean?
You don't remember?
No, I don't.
Your lunch money was stolen, wasn't it? In 4th grade?
Lunch money? I don't even remember anything that happened before my 10th year, so... You guys seriously think he would remember something in 4th grade? Oh, right. I seem to remember something like that.
Nick, I think you're the only one who really remembers.
It probably only really mattered to me anyway. I will continue to carry it in my heart.
Mr. Edgeworth, didn't you know? That trial was the reason Nick became a defense attorney.
Ridiculous.
Don't trample on Phoenix's heart, Edgeworth. Then again, damn you, Maya, for revealing things. You know, I'm sure Phoenix wanted to tell him when the time was right and when they're in the right mood and atmosphere.
That said, it does sound like the sort of thing you'd do. You haven't changed a bit, have you, right? So simple, to a fault even. Maybe, yeah, but I think you changed too much, Edgeworth. Perhaps. What are you showing me this picture for? No reason. You know, I was impressed by your deduction in the trial today. Granted, you were at the edge of your rope, but still.
Nick, he noticed.
Thanks, Edgeworth. Allow me to shove a picture of your dead father into your face.
Nick, no! That's a photo of his father. Don't show him that.
You're right. Now probably isn't a good time to dredge up those memories. What is it? Nothing. It was that case that changed my life. And tomorrow, on December 28th, its statute of limitation runs out. Statute. Could that be a coincidence? But even if the case is finally closed on paper, it will never be erased from my memory. Never.
Poor Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey Edgeworth, why did you become a prosecutor anyway? You used to look up to your father. You said you wanted to be a defense attorney, right? I couldn't let myself deny reality like you. What do you mean? My father was taken from me, and you want me to defend criminals? I'm sorry, right, but I'm not that good of a person.
One suspect was apprehended in your father's murder, right?
Yes, the man trapped in the elevator with my father. His name was yaoi. He had to be the shooter, any way you look at it. Yet, he was found innocent. That defense attorney got him off the hook. That would be Robert Hammond. On that day, 15 years ago, the three of us were trapped in that elevator for 5 hours. When we were rescued, we all suffered oxygen deprivation. I had lost all memory of the murder. Lost your memory? I lost memory before the age of 10. It doesn't matter. Quite frankly, I think I'm glad I don't have it. Even though I can't recall what happened in that elevator. That was the crux of Yogi's attorney's argument in court. He claimed Yogi had been not of sound mind due to the oxygen deprivation. Yogi was released due to a lack of evidence. Innocent. Being of not sound mind is not the same as being released due to lack of evidence. There you are acquitted due to lacking the mental capability, as in he was not, as he said, not in sound mind, so he was temporarily pretty much insane and in a stressful situation, as in German it's called Ausnahmezustand, a special situation that is very unlikely to appear again, so yes, that would get him innocent, but not due to lack of evidence. That's when I changed my mind. I started to hate defense attorneys. What's your relationship with von Karma? He's my teacher and a man who deserves respect. I learned everything I know of courtroom techniques from him. Okay, techniques is always a word for me.
So he's like my sister was to you, Nick.
Yeah, except I'm absolutely sure that they did not have sex. Edgeworth and Karma... I'd rather not go down that line. He's a perfectionist in all things. In court, in his personal life, ew. He is obsessed with doing everything perfectly.
Perfectly, huh?
In all the cases he has taken on, none were left unresolved. And not one suspect was declared innocent. Ever.
But that's...
I know. It's possible some of the suspects were indeed innocent. However, it is impossible for us to accurately determine that in every case. All von Karma does is his job, to find the suspect guilty perfectly. In any case, It's nigh well impossible to find a weakness in him. Should a weakness appear, he would do everything in his power to make it go away. Edgeworth, if what you're saying is true, you're headed for a guilty sentence tomorrow. Considering he already got one yesterday... Well, actually today, but still. It's a strange situation in which I find myself, I admit that. No kidding. Well, after that depressing thing... Hey pal, long time no see!
Oh, Detective Gumshoe!
Close one today, huh? I got so worked up, I snapped my tie in half. Sorry about that. No prob, pal. Thanks to you, we now know who really did it. You have a suspect. That is not... really conclusive.
You mean the boat shop caretaker?
Look, I'll make you a promise. I'll have that scoundrel in my custody by trial time tomorrow. Come what may! It's my duty to you as a police officer. I'm off to catch me a criminal.
Detective Gumshoe sure is active today.
One other thing. No one can go into the woods today.
The woods?
Where Lotta was camping? The woods are off limits to camping, and apparently the park ranger found out. He got pretty mad. No one could go in for a while.
I guess Lotta's in a lot of trouble.
Anyway, I'll be seeing you tomorrow. Huh? The steel eyesore is missing.
Eyesore?
Looks like the hot dog stand is closed, too.
I guess Larry's been too busy with the trial to show up for work. That old caretaker got away.
Yep.
I never imagined he might be the real murderer.
I'd know that clearing of the throat anywhere. Hello. What might you be doing here? Out for a walk, Ah, the days of my youth, like the scent of fresh lemon, you see.
Mr. Grossberg, this is no time for idle reminiscing. Mr. Edgeworth's trial ends tomorrow.
That is true, yes. But from what I saw of today's trial, Edgeworth should be fine, right? Well, I'm not so sure about that. Ho, what do you mean by that? Well, I'm not sure. If you find anything out, come by my office at once. I may be able to offer you some assistance. Thanks. Bye.
What do you think Mr. Grossberg was doing here anyway?
Who knows? Who cares? That was the wrong button.
Nobody's home.
Hello, Squawk.
Hey, it's Polly! I wonder where your owner's gone, Polly.
Hello, Squawk.
I can't believe he'd run off and leave his poor parrot to fend for herself.
Yeah, possibly committing a murder? That's okay. Leaving a pet to starve? That guy goes to hell! Seriously, I care more about animals than I do about people.
That reminds me, Nick. Polly here knows the number to the safe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
Polly, what's the number to the safe?
1228, Squawk.
Let's open it, Nick. Come on.
I'm sure there isn't any money in there.
Aww. But hey, he keeps it locked, right? So there must be something of value in there.
I'm not so sure.
Okay, Nick, let's see what's in there.
I guess there might be a clue or two. The only thing in here is a letter.
A letter? Oh, boring.
There's no name or signature on this thing. It's handwritten in very precise, clear letters. Idiots give instructions in handwritten letters. Get yourself revenge on Miles Edgeworth? Edgeworth?
Nick, why would Mr. Edgeworth's name be on here?
How should I know? I'm gonna read the whole thing. That's a good idea. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. It also says this is your last chance. Now is your time to get revenge on the two men who ruined your life. The rest of the letter goes on to describe the murder plot in detail. How to kill Robert Hammond and frame Edgeworth. Calling Edgeworth out to the lake, getting on the boat, firing twice. Why? I still don't get the whole necessity of getting Edgeworth onto a boat. This is exactly what I figured out today in court. It's all here in perfect detail. Perfect!
What do you think it means, Nick?
I don't know, but it looks like these are instructions for that caretaker. When he killed Robert Hammond and called out Edgeworth, he was following instructions.
But who could have written that letter? And what does it mean to get revenge on Miles Edgeworth?
I don't know, okay? But one thing's for certain. This letter is an amazing clue. You probably shouldn't just kidnap her. The police know about her anyway. I'm sure they'll do something.
Well, okay. Sorry, Polly. He says I can't take you.
Great, now the bird's going to hate me. I can't go to Grossberg's from here? Looks like Detective Gumshoe hasn't gotten back yet.
Gumshoe? He won't be coming back today.
Oh, really?
He said there was some guy he had to arrest by tomorrow.
Ah, the boat shop caretaker.
He shouted something about catching him if it's the last thing I do, pal.
Good luck, Gumshoe. Maybe I have to go from here to get...
One day left, Nick.
Yeah, I know.
No time to waste. Let's get going.
He's out. Again.
When does he work, anyway?
Now, don't be harsh. Guess we'll have to come back later. Edgeworth, see this letter? This came out of the safe in the shack where that boat rental caretaker lives. I see. Revenge on me?
Who is that old guy anyway?
I don't know. Could he be an innocent defendant who got declared guilty or something? Nice, right. But I don't remember that old man. Not at all.
So he was following this letter then?
Which means there was someone else behind it. Two men, meaning myself and Robert Hammond. I wonder what your connection is.
It also says this is your last chance.
Wait a minute. Maybe he's talking about the statute of limitations on the Dee Ell Siks incident. Wait, that old man.
What is it? Do you know who he is?
Yogi? Could he be Yogi? I wonder if he could be.
Yogi?
The suspect in the Dee Ell Siks incident. The one who was found innocent. Jan Yogi was a court bailiff at the time. We just happened to be in that elevator together 15 years ago. The quake was incredibly strong. Before I knew it, everything was dark. We were there for so long, it felt like forever. The air thinned, and the darkness closed in on us in that little box. We became unsettled.
Help! I can't breathe!
Quiet. I said quiet, you're not making this any easier.
I want to get out! Get us out!
Don't shout, you'll just use up more oxygen. Your father doesn't seem to be a very good father person. I mean, he's on the opposite end of the elevator. Shouldn't he be sitting next to you? When I came to, I was in a hospital bed, staring up at the ceiling. In court, Jani Yogi's mental condition was called into question. They claimed the oxygen deprivation and stress had caused temporary insanity. In the end, the claim passed the court, and Yogi was found innocent.
But isn't that strange? This letter tells him to get revenge on Edgeworth. Why would he want to take revenge on you?
Right. Yeah? There's something that's been troubling me these last few days. Didn't know whether I should tell you. You mean the nightmare? It's a nightmare I've had. A memory of a crime that I committed. A crime... A memory of a murder. I really wish the cat would stop scratching and jumping up at my door all the time. I think the time has come to tell all. For the last 15 years, I've had the same dream almost every night. I wake up in a fearful sweat every time. I guess Phoenix always thought that Edgeworth was covered in a different kind of sweat every night. But fearful can very easily be confused with something else.
What kind of dream?
It's a dream about my father's killing in the dark.
I can't breathe!
I can't breath? Great going, Capcom.
You're using up my air!
What?
Stop breathing my air!
I'll stop you!
Father! He's attacking Father!
Then I see the pistol lying by my feet. I don't know if it was evidence from that day in court or the bailiffs. In a daze, I pick up the pistol. So, picking up pistols while in a daze seems to be a habit from his childhood days. And with that scream, I wake. It's a bone-chilling scream. A scream that has rung in my ears for the past 15 years.
But that's just a dream, right? Right?
That thought is the only thing that's kept me sane for the last 15 years. But what if I'm wrong? What if it's real? They say that sometimes people shut out memories in self-defense. Maybe it was I who killed my father.
What?
If you think about it that way, this letter makes sense. Get your revenge on Miles Edgeworth. Think about it. Yogi really was innocent. That's why he wanted revenge against me.
Edgeworth, wait! You mean...
It was me. I was the true criminal of Dee Ell Siks. I shot my father. This is bad.
What are we gonna do, Nick? What can we do?
I don't know. I don't think there is anything we can do, like it or not. If there's someone else who knows a lot about the Dee Ell Siks incident, maybe...
There is, Nick. There is someone else who knows about Dee Ell Siks.
Mr. Grossberg!
Oh, hello there. What's wrong? You look troubled.
No kidding. I can't believe you're not.
My. Just calm down and tell me what's happened, hmm?
It's Mr. Edgeworth.
I see. So Edgeworth dreamt he shot his own father?
It's only a dream, only a dream.
I wonder.
What?
If that's the case, then why do you two look so troubled? Well, if my old friend and lover told me that he thinks he has shot his own parent and has been dreaming it for years, I'm sure I would look shocked too.
Well...
Also consider this. Yogi quite certainly holds a deep grudge against Miles Edgeworth. So deep he'd want to frame him for murder. This leads me to surmise that Mr. Edgeworth's dream was not a dream. It was real. As you imagined. Miles Edgeworth threw the pistol to save his father. The pistol fired, and the deed was done.
No, I don't believe it.
Yogi was suspected of murder and his career as a bailiff was irrevocably wrecked. Thus he sought revenge on Miles Edgeworth. This was his last chance, of course, with the statute of limitations so close. Why should he? I mean, what's the point of killing the guy who got you acquitted and framing somebody else for the murder? I mean, what does it have to do with the statute of limitation? You could just kill the guy some other time and still frame the first guy. It doesn't make sense. How many times have I said that about this game already? And this is only the first game. What do you know about Edgeworth's father?
He was a defense attorney without peer. It sounds trite, but it's true. Well, he may have had one peer now that I think about it. Your mentor, Mia Fey.
Why do people keep saying Mia Fey was so great? She was not all that great. The third game proves it.
My sister?
Gregory Edgeworth was very disapproving of Mr. von Karma's techniques. That's no surprise. Being a jerk to the judge? Now that is a terrible technique. Von Karma is an extreme man. Forged testimonies and evidence are nothing to him. The result, he has a perfect win record in court. To beat him, Gregory Edgeworth tried to call attention to his methods.
And?
He lost. And died in despair, as it were.
I see.
When Gregory Edgeworth was killed, the police called on a spirit medium. That was your mother, Misty Fey. I am Gregory Edgeworth. I have been killed. The one who shot me was the bailiff Yani Yogi. Yet Yogi was found innocent.
That's when my mother left us. Everyone called her a fraud.
That's right, everyone thought she was, you see. Yet, now that I think about it, it seems the one who lied was Gregory Edgeworth's ghost. Gregory Edgeworth must have known who shot him. I don't believe it. So, you're saying he falsified his testimony? That Edgeworth's father lied to protect his son? It's only a possibility, mind you, but a possibility nonetheless. Oh, so this is the letter. It does seem that Yogi was following this letter when he killed Hammond.
But why kill Robert Hammond?
Hammond was a skilled defense attorney, but he defended clients not for their sake, but for his own.
His own sake? Lawyers can do that?
He never trusted his clients, that one. The only thing he trusted was his own ability.
But he got his client found innocent, so why should it matter?
Actually, my dear, it's quite different. He won that innocent verdict for no one but himself. Yogi was a free man, but socially he was ruined. Huh? You'll understand soon enough. Wait. What is it? This letter. I've seen this handwriting somewhere before, a long time ago. Whose handwriting was this? Do you have any idea who wrote this? You're asking me?
What's the point of asking me or Phoenix?
And again, it's kinda obvious who wrote it, given these options. Could it be Manfred von Karma? Von Karma, why would he have something to do with this? Well, I'm not sure. Blame the writing staff. Von Karma, Von Karma. Wait, you're right, my boy. This is Von Karma's handwriting, I'm sure of it. I used to see it all the time on court reports.
What? But that means the one who told Mr. Yogi to kill was...
Correct, Manfred von Karma himself.
Considering that Karma was Edgeworth's mentor, how come he didn't recognize the handwriting? I think it's a legitimate question. What does this mean then? Why would von Karma want to frame Edgeworth?
If it truly was von Karma who wrote this letter, then he would know the truth. He would know that Miles Edgeworth had accidentally killed his own father. He'll say as much tomorrow in court, I should think. He'll press the point till the court finds... Oh, the M looked like level. Well, it is 1:30 AM. Oh no! Oh yes!
But how could von Karma know about Mr. Edgeworth's past like that?
Oh god. He also saw Edgeworth in that fearful sweat in bed, didn't he?
Ew!
That I do not know. Yet I do know that von Karma is both persistent and a perfectionist. He may be seeking to satisfy a grudge against Gregory Edgeworth by hurting his son. What do you mean? It was 15 years ago. Von Karma met Gregory Edgeworth in court, and von Karma did win. But he didn't make it through the trial unscarred.
What happened in the trial between Edgeworth's father and von Karma?
Von Karma got the guilty verdict he wanted. He won the trial. But Gregory Edgeworth accused von Karma of faulty evidence. And though he lost the trial, Mr. Edgeworth's accusation stood.
Faulty evidence?
It was the only penalty von Karma has ever received in his career as a prosecutor.
To date. Unless he's retired, you cannot say that.
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see.
A vacation? That guy? Never.
An unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
Really? He doesn't take vacations? Like, go to the sea or to the mountains? Don't tell me he's never been to Europe. As we learn, he may as well have been. I mean, the name von Karma is pretty German, so maybe he was born and raised in Germany but then came over here.
You have strange ideas about vacations, Maya. In any case, that was the only time he took a vacation from work. I believe the penalty upset him quite a lot.
Odd. If he wanted to keep a perfect record so badly, why would he take such a long vacation? You know, it's not like taking a vacation resets his record or somehow causes him to get a penalty or something like that. I won't let him.
Yes, Mr. Wright, I hate to say this, but even an accidental murder is murder, you know.
In real life court, that is
actually a homicide. Well, not really homicide, it's manslaughter. And in such a situation, aside from Edgeworth being 9 years old at that point, and because of that pretty much, well, I don't really want to say immune of the law, but he can't really be held responsible for things, and the situation being, you know, very stressful and him just reacting, it would still be in self-defense. Well, not really self-defense, as he was trying to help his father, but it would be... Oh man, it's really late. It would be bodily harm with fatal consequences. In German, Körperverletzung mit Todesfolge. Which overall... Even if Edgeworth was, you know, guilty of this, he wouldn't be held responsible for that back then, and he shouldn't be now. I can't believe he'd kill someone.
But Nick, Mr. Edgeworth admits it himself. His father must have lied to protect him from beyond the grave.
I don't care. I know he's not guilty. Mr. Wright, if you say so, I suppose I could go check again. The police files might hold something of interest.
Mr. Grossberg.
Thank you. I can't promise anything. In fact, I think the chances of finding something are slim. I understand. The police materials.
There's hardly anyone here.
Everyone must be out looking for the old guy, Yogi. Oh, it's you! I don't think Gumshoe will be coming back today. He's staying out late looking for someone.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe is pounding the pavement for real. We were wondering if we could check out the records room again.
I can't have just anyone wandering around in there. But I guess Mr. von Karma's in there now anyway. You can go in as long as he's there.
Von Karma?
He just arrived, actually. Von Karma's in the records room.
Nick, let's hurry!
Oh my god. They're gonna force me to do this shit again, aren't they?
Dusty as always.
We were only here just yesterday. I'm sure they just haven't had time to clean.
What's wrong, Nick?
Nothing. I was just noticing that he isn't here. Von Karma. Hey, something looks different.
Huh? One of the drawers here is open.
Someone must have been looking in it recently.
The label says unsolved cases evidence.
Unsolved cases?
Nick! The file for DSC. It's completely empty.
As I said, it's pretty late right now. What are you doing in here?
Von Karma!
You! How do you know my name?
Huh?
Have we met?
What are you saying? We see each other every day, don't we?
Only for the last 2 or 3 days.
We're Miles Edgeworth's defense team.
Defense team? I beg your pardon, you see, I rarely remember defense attorneys. They are like bugs to me, needless things to be crushed. Your smile scares me. I can see how this guy was Edgeworth's mentor.
Let's talk. It could be fun. Mr. Edgeworth was your student, right?
A romanticist who could never shed that veneer of amateurism. Just like his father. Always second-rate. Mr. von Karma, you had an axe to grind with Mr. Gregory Edgeworth, didn't you? Me? A grudge against a mere defense attorney? Why? Because you dealt a blow to your otherwise perfect trial record? So you did, but what I don't get is, why did you take a son under your wing afterwards? The son of your most bitter rival. Maybe Von Karma is a jerk with a heart of gold?
That, my dear attorney, is none of your business.
Fair enough.
Tomorrow will be the last day of this trial. It's been a while since I've had a defense attorney last this long. Still, you will lose in the end. Miles Edgeworth will admit his own guilt.
His guilt of 15 years ago, you mean?
You're quite the researcher. If you've done your homework so well, then certainly you must understand. You know what Miles Edgeworth will tell the court tomorrow.
You were right. Son Von Karma is going to bring up Dee Ell Siks in court tomorrow. Yes, I am forced, for the third case in a row, to meet up with the suspect in a place where I'm alone, show my incriminating evidence to them, and then get my ass beaten. Because, by God, Phoenix is a complete moron. Mr. Von Karma, have a look at this. This was you, wasn't it? You instructed Yanni Yogi to commit murder.
Yanni Yogi. How many years has it been since I've heard him called by that name? He's a fool. I told him to burn it after he read it.
So you admit it? You wrote Mr. Yogi this letter?
Yes, my dear defense attorney.
She's not a defense attorney.
Thank you for taking the trouble to bring it to me. You've saved me from a lot of needless hassle.
What?
Nick, what is that thing?
A stun gun. For self-defense. Usually.
Indeed. 600,000 volts will course through your body like a dog touching an electric fence.
600...
Don't worry, people don't die from it usually. Now give me the letter.
No! No! Nick, run! Ah!
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Out of my way!
They're all tingly now. Oh, he got us. Letter's gone, of course. And he took the Dee Ell Siks evidence. All of it. What? But I still have the photo. And the case file. Why do you say that the evidence is gone? Back to having no clues. Maya jumped first. Oh my god, Maya! Is she okay? Maya! Maya, open your eyes! Maya!
The letter, did he take it?
Yes, are you okay?
I couldn't stop him. I jumped as fast as I could, but one shot from that thing knocked me out cold. I'm useless. I'm not good as a lawyer or a medium. I can't even call my sister.
You're not supposed to do anything as a lawyer.
Not even now when we need her the most. I wish I hadn't woken up at all.
There has to be some way I can help her. I'd better do something about her self-confidence first. She's holding something. What is that? A bullet? Dee Ell Siks incident evident number 7, taken from the heart of Gregory Edgeworth. I remember Von Karma was holding this when Maya jumped him. I'll prove it to you, Maya. You're most definitely not useless. I'll prove it to you in court tomorrow.